All right, cool. Hey everyone, my name is Aman. This is SMC Wolf FX, and this shouldn't be a long video at all. This is, in a way, just testing this out. This is my very first live stream on YouTube. I've got OBS Studio, which is currently in front of me. It's all set up, so I'm hoping everything works fine. I'll check on the video after it's done, and I thought I'd do a pre-CPI market analysis and run through. At this current moment in time, it's 11:45 here in the UK. CPI's at 1:30 p.m. for me in the UK, and I've got a few things that I'm watching on the charts here. So here on the screen, I've got 4 charts on my watch list for today. If I start with GBPUSD, I'd like to be bearish because from a fundamental point of view, I'm expecting the dollar. So the dollar index, otherwise known as the Dixie, is currently at a key price point of 100 flat, and it's proved to be a really good high time frame pivot point, either for price to go towards the upside or the downside. And looking at the Fed Watch tool, which is provided by the CME, we've got a fairly high expectation that we could even be seeing interest rate hikes, but it's in a way all dependent on what the data releases are. So we got inflation data later on, which I expect to be quite volatile. Expectations at 3.4%. But basically, in summary, I'm looking at a bullish dollar on the basis of an expectation of inflation still being fairly high and interest rates to potentially even be hiked up a basis point or so. So if I look here on my chart on GBPUSD, this is the hourly chart that I've got displayed at the moment. We've got previous week's high, well, weekly highs from a few weeks ago, actually. Start of July, but yeah, this is previous month highs, so monthly highs, and I do see price trading towards these monthly highs, the previous monthly highs. So at this moment in time, I'm just sitting on my hands, and if that does happen, I would like to see a bearish phase come into the market for GBPUSD, and then the targets would technically be initially 1.35 hold level, as even on an intraday basis, it's all week at the moment, this price action has been pretty much sideways. So I'm seeing liquidity being built up from a technical point of view. So if we do see a pop above, that could be we can assume a manipulation phase. And then if I start seeing bearish price action come into play within the markets, we could potentially be seeing good opportunities for potential short setups to play out within the markets. So that's my very simple top level bias on GBPUSD for today. And we're not far off actually from previous month's high. From where price is at this moment, we're only about 25 pips, say, give or take. All right. The second pair, which I'm very much interested in, is a European indices. So the German 40, also nicknamed the DAX, but we're trading at all-time highs. I find it really tricky to trade when prices go to all-time highs, but I do like the price action that is currently formed here. We're at quarter price level 26,500 here on the DAX, and I'm seeing a Asian range liquidity type of setup. So if I just put this indicator on, the Asian range that was full, that's a lot of volume. No news, but yeah, we'll just ignore that for now. But yeah, the Asian range, literally the previous Asian range, was a very, very consolidated sideways range. And I see Asian range as liquidity, assuming there's liquidity on both sides of the market. So we've gone back to previous days high, going into all-time highs again. So what my expectation on this one would be, if price begins to break below 26,500 again and gives some fairly good quality price action, I would like to get involved on shorts, simply targeting the Asian low liquidity, which is at around price level 26,375 here. So I'll definitely be watching the price action unfold at these all-time high prices here on the German 40. So yeah, again, very simple on this one. So we'll see what happens as we get into the New York trading session. But again, I'm trading very lightly. I'm not going to be trading pre-CPI now, as it's so close, an hour and a half away. So I'll be reevaluating the markets again after the CPI volume has been injected into the markets and price has kind of settled down, and hopefully there'll be some good trading opportunities for the New York trading session. And then next up, the US indices. To me personally, they're not too clear at this moment. If I go to NQ, also the US 100, if I switch over to the 1 hour time frame, price has been respecting this 1 hour order block right over here. But it's just a gut feeling. What I think may happen is I feel like NQ may go up to hold price level $30,000 and be bullish. But in terms of looking at sell side targets, nothing too obvious other than if I look at the Asian range. So again, applying Asian range liquidity concepts, we can say that the Asian range was in if that loads up, but basically I've got these marked out already, in a sideways range. So if again price action forms and then I see bearish price action come in play, again could be looking at NQ potentially trade towards the downside, trading towards price level 29,500 below the Asian low, and potentially also previous day's low. Because if I switch over to the daily chart, it looks a bit more clear for a bearish sentiment, as the previous 2 daily candles have closed bearish. So again, I'll be waiting for high impact news to inject into the market, and I'll just be seeing where price is, and if there's any opportunities, I'll get involved. If there isn't, I'll continue sitting on my hands. However, on US30, the target seems a lot more clearer, again going for a bearish buy. So if again I switch over to a daily chart, the daily chart is a lot more clear. Yesterday we got a daily printed candle, price wicked into this daily fair value gap, into this daily bearish order block, and rejected away towards the downside. I'm looking at a very simple target today, continuing on with a bearish bias here on US30 to simply target the previous day lows. These previous day lows are also in line with Asian lows, so I've got 2 solid target confluences here in place. But now, where could price trade up towards? I don't know. I just have to wait for the volume to play out, because it could even go back up to hold price level $52,000 here on the US30. So yeah, but the game plan is fairly simple. As soon as I start seeing some sort of bearish price action form, I would like to try get on a bearish opportunity during the New York trading session. But yeah, we'll remain patient and we'll see how it forms out. You know what, I'm going to just keep this live video super simple, so I'll end it there. But look guys, I'll put all of my links below in the description of this video. If you guys want to reach out, you can reach out, contact me on social media, Instagram, drop me a WhatsApp or whatnot. But if you found this live day trading video format good and useful, and you recommend me to do these say more often going forward, then just let me know below in the comments. Other than that, I hope everyone has a very successful New York trading session, and I'll catch up with all of you guys later. I'm just going to try to stop this live stream somehow. Again, this is just my first, so I apologize if it looks very rookie and unprofessional. But yeah.